Oh, what's cracking? What's cracking movies? Welcome to Oh, What's Cracking Movies with me, Saul, and Allie. And we got a guest today. We got a beautiful guest. His name is
Rogelio.
Brother Rogelio. What's up, man? How are you?
Pretty good. Good
Haven't
to see
seen you in a long time, dude, since the last episode. On our other channel. Our other channel, What's Cracking? Oh, What's Cracking Games. So we couldn't decide on a movie, but we picked somewhat of a movie. Well, I guess we picked a theme, but I'm going to start off with Princess Mononoke, a Studio Ghibli film. And this movie came out in 1997. PG-13, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, 94% Rotten Tomatoes audience score. I thought it'd be higher. I thought it'd be like 100.
I feel like that these are the one movies that deserve 100.
I didn't see this as a kid at all. I saw this as a full-grown adult man, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole thing. It reminded me of Zelda style, and I think Zelda was inspired by this, or vice versa. Something, because there's a lot of similarities.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Like the little spirit guys, they look just like the Koroks in Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, dude,
the forest sprites.
Yeah, dude.
They remind me of my Smiskies.
Yeah, that's
Smisky shells.
probably what it's from too. Did you guys watch this as kids or as full adult?
I watched a lot of these as kids.
They're like
my dad had these on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I first saw them. They were on VHS tapes, and I would just watch them over and over and over and over again.
I watched them as kids, but then like I got back into them in my 20s, and just so that I could actually understand what was going on. And you go on to see that they're actually pretty serious movies. Like, yeah, for kids. Some of them are for kids, not all of them, and they're not as...
Yeah, because some of them are pretty creepy. Like, some are kind of freak you out a little bit.
Full-grown adult themes, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a fun fact about Princess Mononoke. When it came out, Princess Mononoke replaced E.T. the Extraterrestrial as the biggest grossing film of all time in Japan.
What?
Until Titanic. Titanic murdered every film ever.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that this was in theaters. I thought
Damn you, Leonardo DiCaprio!
I thought these movies were just like straight to video. I never knew that these were in theaters until like I thought they just re-released them in theaters because Studio Ghibli is like a phenomenon and shit.
Mm.
Yeah, I never knew that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sick.
They're really big movies.
Yeah, what's the story? What's this? You probably know the story better than I could recap it.
So basically, it starts off with like a small village where the main character, Prince Ashitaka, lives. I'm pretty sure it's Prince, but main character's name is Ashitaka. If I recall correctly, their village gets attacked by a giant boar who
That's right.
kind of is possessed by a sort of demonic entity, which kind of symbolizes...
Is it
like,
the Okoto Nushi?
I have no
Okoto
idea.
Nushi?
But it kind of symbolizes like
It was a scary
nature's
boar, dude.
wrath against like humans, you can say. I think he manages to fight off the boar. He actually kills it, but in the process, he gets infected, or his arm gets possessed by the same thing that the boar itself was possessed with. So the village ends up having to banish him because of that. He can no longer live there. I don't know where he decides to go exactly. But a lot of it goes to him venturing out from like to different villages and into the forest.
Zelda style.
You can say. I see where like the whole Zelda thing is coming from, because he does ride on not a horse. what would you call it? It looks like a
Oh, it's like
deer
a weird,
almost, like an
weird
elk.
animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, although I think so. I think Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom drew inspiration from this because of the whole arm thing in Zelda.
Oh,
He's got
yeah.
the arm and he gets
In Breath of the
infected. And I
Wild?
was like, oh shit, dude, this is all
Yeah.
fucking. I
Oh,
guess
wait, Breath of the Wild or is that Tears of the Kingdom?
Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, a lot of similarities to this. I just remember watching it and like when he's killing the boar or doing all that
Or is
stuff.
that Nago? Nago?
I don't know. Yeah, it's like a lot of blood in it too. Isn't there like a when I was watching this, Princess Mononoke is she the bad one or is she the she's like a girl that lives in the forest, right, with the animals?
Yeah. Her mother is a wolf. I can't remember the exact story of how she ended up with the wolves, but she was raised by them. So
Is this Sun?
Tarzan
Son?
style.
I'm not sure, but she's raised by the wolf god Moro. So essentially, she herself, you can kind of say she's a wolf. I can't really say there's good characters or bad characters. It's just like kind of bad karma going around because it just shows the humans' conflict with nature. Like,
How they ruin everything?
San, Princess Mononoke, is obviously like the good person, the good character in the movie, along with Prince Ashitaka.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people see the villain as, what's her name again? Lady Eboshi.
She's got a villainy look, too.
Lady Eboshi, so she basically runs a whole village. I think it's like an iron type forge where like they're
Iron Town.
making
right.
weaponry. They're
Yeah,
making
yeah,
weaponry.
yeah.
They're making guns. So like it shows that she's like kind of the negative influence in the movie. But the thing is, like when they first enter her village or her colony, like they're not met with like violence. Like she ends up welcoming them, like Prince Ashitaka, and actually while Ashitaka is there, he starts seeing all of these interesting things. Like all of the women that work there are former sex workers, so Lady Eboshi basically paid off their dues and hired them to like work in I guess in the movie in a much higher respected like work field.
Profession.
Yeah, like they're the main people running that place, while the gunsmiths themselves are actually lepers. Like they're people with leprosy.
Yeah,
So like
I
they're people who
remember
are
that.
like essentially rejected by the world, but she actually takes them in and she gives them a purpose in life. So like I wouldn't call her like the good person in the movie, but like, you know, she's doing things to help people that the rest of the world rejects in a way. I don't know. It's tough for me to find the villain in this. Like, I don't know about you.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess wasn't it like mostly just like the black thing that was consuming the boar?
Mm-hmm.
That was like the whole bad spirit, right? Wasn't it just like a bad entity or spirit touching stuff, fucking things up? Or maybe that just represented
A lot
all
of
the...
his movies are kind of like that. There's a lot of movies where there's no real like actual like. I mean, there is some where you have a bad guy, but a lot of them it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
I guess if we're like keeping it simple, Lady Eboshi is the villain. Like, because she's like encroaching on all of these animals' like natural habitat, and that's why you see them getting infected with that sort of like demon, that rage, where like
Yeah.
they start attacking humans. So like that's kind of the root cause of it, is the humans encroaching and destroying nature,
Yeah.
and nature retaliating as a result of that. So it's pretty clear like who's doing the wrong here, but I don't know. Miyazaki does it in a way where it's like it makes it kind of hard for you to like hate a specific character in
Yeah.
this, you know, because
That's a lot of them. A lot of
Uh-huh.
them where it's just like you just like all the characters, and there's
Yeah.
no real character that you're like, oh, I cannot. I mean, there's a
I
couple.
hope
I'm
that
trying
guy
to think
dies,
of which one.
dude.
There's a couple characters in some movies where I'm like, you know, but they're not that bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like Lady Eboshi, I know she's doing the bad in the movie, but I really like her and love and respect her as a character who's taking in these people that society otherwise like shrugs their shoulder at, and she like gives them like a purpose, like value
Yeah.
in, you know, hierarchy, you can say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was reading right here. Mononoke refers to vengeful spirits, monsters, or shape-shifting beings in Japanese folklore. A classic literature that possesses individuals, causes illness, suffering, or death. Which there was a lot of that in this shit. And this was totally, when I started watching, this was totally not what I expected. I thought it was, since there was princess in it, I thought it was like, oh, someone's gonna go save a princess, you know, classic style.
Yeah.
But it was way different, and it was like, oh, dude, it was cool. I don't know, it was like a cool adventure. I don't know, his movies are always not what I expect.
Right.
They're always like the title and the cover look so, they're misleading, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know. It was pretty badass. Because at the end, I don't jump into, because I don't really remember. I've only seen this movie once, but I remember it was a good watch. I was always bummed that I didn't see this as a kid. Like, why the fuck I never watched any of these movies. They didn't put them on for me, dude. They fucked me over with just Disney, dude. I wished I saw these as a kid, dude.
I guess when you're brought into this world, like, people either prescribe to you a Disney, like, I don't know, like,
up where they get all day in the sun, wish I could be. You know the words. There's no music in this, which was cool.
Some of them there's like a little bit, but mainly it's just like orchestra, really beautiful music.
Yeah, dude, their music is sick.
Joe Hisaishi's music is beautiful, and every now and then Candlelight Theater here in San Diego does play the whole Studio Ghibli.
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, like the music in all of his movies, it's like sometimes I'll even forget I'm watching the movie, and like I just get in my feels. Like I'll just hear the music, and then like I start getting teary eyed. I'm like, why the fuck am I crying right now? Like, it's just, I don't know if it does that for you guys, but when I watch those movies, I get so like emotional, and it's not always like a bad cry. Like it's just like, oh my god, like I'm so taken back by like.
See, I don't have that for this, dude. And I know this Studio Ghibli movies have such a big fan base, and I feel like I got left behind on that shit. Like this movie, it's included on the 1001 movies you must see before you die, and I did watch it.
1001.
There's apparently there's 1001 movies you must see before you die.
Very specific.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's just, I don't know what any of the other ones are.
What are the other 1,000?
I don't know. I've only seen that this is
1,000
included
movies, we
in
can
that.
do it.
Maybe we should review all of them one day. Another cool fact, Leonardo DiCaprio was originally considered for the part of Ashitaka.
But of course.
That would be cool. I don't know who. I didn't see the cast for this. Do you guys know who's in this? Because usually Studio Ghibli films, the American version, have famous
Princess
actors in them.
Mononoke have that? Because I didn't see the American version of it.
I saw I guess we're talking about American, like the English dubbed version.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I didn't really bother to like remember the voice actors' names.
Yeah,
at the
I
time.
don't remember seeing that. I know that we had a lot of them on VHS. I think that one, we didn't have that one in English. But all the other old ones we did. I remember Totoro, I saw that one in English. So I don't know. I don't think
Did
that
you
one
guys
did.
see, when you guys saw these movies, did you guys see them in English or subtitled, the original version?
Like I said, Princess
true
Mononoke
version.
was the only one that I saw, where it wasn't
Subtitled?
in English. Yeah,
I
it was
watched it
subtitled.
in English, and honestly, all the Studio Ghibli movies, they all have good English voice acting. So whichever one you decide to watch, you're not missing out on one or the other.
I mean, they're just every single one of them has a good storyline. And the director, he doesn't use any CGI. He's known for just being a really hard worker, and he draws everything. He does not use CGI.
He's really cool to his team. I saw a video of him making ramen for the entire studio. Well, not the entire studio, but like for a room of his workers.
That's badass, dude. That's cool when you see like something that's like famous like that, and say if he was like a dick to all of them, all right, fucking draw this shit and make this shit more sadder, faster. But like to know that he's fucking cool, like because all his films are like super chill vibes, peaceful vibes. Like hell yeah, dude, this is some sick vibes right here.
And it's funny, he's known as, like, a lot of people call him like the master of retirement, because he always goes, okay, I'm retiring, no more. And then he comes out and he's like, oh no, I'm doing this movie. And then he's like, okay, no, I'm retired for sure this time.
That for
and then he
real.
comes out with another one. Because I remember seeing like a bunch of like things where it'd be like, oh, he's retiring, and I'd be like, aw. And then it would just be like,
I'm back, bitch. Princess
Yes,
Mononoke
he was
2.
back.
Number 2's coming out. Would you guys be bummed if they made... I don't know if they have. I've never heard of if they would make any of his movies live action. Would you guys be bummed? Or would you be stoked?
I depends on which ones.
Yeah, which one would you want to see live action if they were to make one?
Spirited Away.
I could imagine Kiki's Delivery Service, just because I have watched a good amount of like Wish movies with my sister.
And she's very, and then
Like
she's
The
got like
Craft.
Sabrina, she's got the little black cat.
Or like Practical Magic.
The Craft.
Yeah, The Craft was sick.
Hell yeah.
Which is a very dark
I
compared
know,
to
I was like,
Kiki.
whoa,
But
I gotta see Kiki.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I could see like a witch movie,
Yeah.
obviously. I don't know about the other ones. Yeah, you could make live actions, but
I would like Spirited Away just because, like, I already love the transition. I think that's one of my favorites just because of what I love the most about it. It's funny because Totoro's the one that hits my heart the most, but Spirited Away, I love the transition of how you just have them the parents and the daughter going through, like just driving. And then as soon as, like, it just starts going bad, it's, like, transitions to, like, night, and all the colors just change.
well, here's why we can definitely see Spirit Away as a live action, but they actually did a live play of it, and
Oh.
it
Oh,
all
they did!
it all looks
That's
beautiful.
right!
Like the way they made all of the creatures or whatever you want to call them, spirits, monsters. Like
Yeah.
it was actually
Ghouls.
really creative the way they put them up on
That's
stage.
right.
So
You saw
I guess they had it for a little bit on a streaming service.
it? Oh.
And I saw it, and just the way they managed to take the idea of the movie and put it on stage, like, yeah, you can definitely see it as a live action.
Badass,
Yeah.
dude. I wouldn't mind seeing that. When I first saw Spirited Away,
Mm-hmm.
that's the one with the little girl and the white dragon, and there's a old lady with a big face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
it, yeah.
So
And her parents get turned into pigs.
I was in TJ with my friend. Oh, this was a long time ago, like right after high school. I'm 36 now. Was probably like 22 or 23, maybe even younger than that. We had taken shrooms,
Yeah.
and we were ready to go out and about, but we had rented some movies,
Yeah.
and one of those movies was Spirited Away. And my friend, was describing it. He was like, "Oh, this movie is cool. Está curada." He was describing it like it's like the Japanese or whatever Asian version of.
Pan's Labyrinth.
No, he said Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, okay.
He's like, it's like Alice in Wonderland, but like the Asian version of it. And I was like, what the fuck? What is he talking about? Like, I guess when I saw the cover, I was like, oh, this movie. I know of this.
Uh-huh.
But
I guess
What-
I never really thought about that.
yeah, and it has those similarities to it, like that. And he put it on, and I was watching it. Meanwhile, the shrooms or the acid, whatever the fuck I had taken, started kicking in, and it was like freaking me out, dude. I was like, but not like in a scare. Nah, yeah, I was kind of scared, but it was just like tripping me out. But that's like my
Memory of it.
memory of that movie. I saw it again, like clear-headed, And I liked it.
Yeah.
But it always reminds me of that. When I was scared, I was like, that lady looks scary.
Well,
Dude.
when I showed our boys that movie for the first time, our youngest, he still to this day like has to kind of cover his face on some parts. Like he gets really scared. Like the minute where they get up to the tunnel and
It is scary.
Chihiro's like, no, I don't want to go. That moment right there, he starts putting his hands over his face and he's like, I don't want to.
I can imagine it being scary for a kid.
It is scary, dude. And like the lady's big face. I was like, dude, is she gonna eat me or like her mouth?
The big
her
nose
mouth,
lady.
Yeah, the big nose lady. I was like, is she gonna eat her or something? I was like scared, dude. But then maybe that's just the drugs. But I mean, little kids are a horror movie. A horror version of these characters would be frightening because they're good as designs.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That was just my experience with that movie. That's probably the first one I ever saw.
Yeah, a lot of them have a lot of like just creepy. Like even the witch in Howl's Moving Castle, she freaked me out a little bit. She's kind of.
Who was the witch again?
Didn't
She was like the big
same
lady.
one?
I remember when they're like going up the stairs and she's like going.
She starts melting.
Because remember she can't use her magic.
Yeah.
Once you get to the castle, you're not allowed to use your magic, or
So
it has
she had
some
to
type
like
of
walk
spell.
up the stairs.
So she has to walk, and she's just like.
No, I remember. Yeah.
That is scary. I remember that too.
And she's like got this big giant crush on like Hal, and
Yeah.
she's just
that's
creepy.
right,
Like I hated
dude.
her. I was like, oh god. I think that's the one character where I was like, ugh. And then like Sophie, she's so sweet. So she was like, I remember like when they're like flying and she's on the plane thing. I was like, I would have kicked her off.
Yeah.
I would have kicked her ass.
But no, she's so sweet, and she's like, oh okay, no, you can come with me. I would have been like, man.
How about no?
I feel like you made me into an old lady. Like I don't want anything to do with you.
Oh God, that's right. Yeah, that movie is crazy. I saw that one too. That's the one with Christian Bale
Yeah.
and Calcifer.
Mhm.
Calcifer.
Yeah, that's my Billy Crystal. I love Billy Crystal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Calcifer. I love that little character.
Yeah.
That one is pretty good.
They're
Yeah.
all really good. I think they're really just pretty, good music, good animation, good storyline. I was reading a little bit about him, and apparently, like in his early life when he was a kid, he was born into a wealthy family that ran like an aircraft factory and during World War II, and he was physically weak as a child, and him and his mother was like sick for about 9 years, and I thought that was interesting because remember the mom in Totoro is sick, and you know there's a lot of like in the movies where like one of the parents are sick or something like that. So.
Is that where the inspiration to Porco Rosso came up with the flying?
I would think so.
Maybe,
It's like the more I'm like reading about him, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of like inspirations. You can see where he gets it, and he is a very like he loves nature. Like he's very good at like
you can tell.
So he always like puts that into his movies about how you need to be kind to the earth and everything. So.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody ever approached him and be like, "Hey, dude, are you down to make the Zelda movie, like your animation style? Like,
Could you
are
imagine?
you down?
He would make.
Are you
it,
down,
yeah.
dude?" And he was probably like, "Nah, dude, I got other shit to do. That's not his idea." But it would be sick. It would be cool to see a movie
It would, yeah.
with his style, dude.
Apparently, he teaches. He does teach people how to like do animations and stuff, and he's very passionate about it. So he's like known for being very strict and intense, but very like he knows his stuff. Like he's a good teacher, but they say he's very strict.
Is he still alive? Is he still with us?
Miyazaki, yeah, he's still alive.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That's awesome. I mean, he's like such a big fucking... He's like his own Disney, dude. Like, they even have, what is it called? Filters on your phone to make you look like his art.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever done that. I've never done it, but it's kind of
I
cool.
haven't done it.
Have you ever seen like the memes of him of like things he says before?
Yeah, he's so dark.
Funny, like
Yeah.
he's dark, like he's pretty. Like
What's
he's,
he say?
I don't know. There's like one where he said something about like he said, "I don't feel happy in my daily life," or he just says really morbid.
I wish I was
things.
dead.
Yeah.
Basically
Ghibli.
along that line. Or like there's a picture of him looking at a sunset and he's just like, when you die you can't see sunsets.
Oh yeah.
Damn, that
and then he
sunset's
said,
whack.
"What's the use in worrying? It's inevitable. Filmmaking only brings suffering."
Damn.
He's just if you go on Google, just like type in like memes by him, and they're all funny. Like they're all
Yeah.
just him like freaking exhausted.
People always show the contrast between him and Junji Ito, and just how funny it is because Junji Ito is this manga artist who just makes all of these dark horror stories. But like when you see pictures of him in real life, he's just doing all of these cute, silly things, like doing little kitty like paws. But then like when you see Miyazaki, like his movies are so beautiful and like full of life, like happiness. But then like you see him in real life and he just says stuff like that, like
Yeah.
I'm not happy in my daily life.
Oh, like this one right here. It says, and it's like a picture of him. And it says Ghibli. It's not. It's just a random name. I got it from an airplane.
Yeah.
Like he's just probably just chilling. He's like Ghibli.
Studio
Really?
Yeah.
Is that really oh god? Is that really the origin of it?
I wouldn't doubt it. He just seems like that kind of man that just like goes with it. Just
Okay, since we're going over like a lot of his work, we gotta talk about the balls one.
The Pompoko.
Pompoko. Dude. I remember when you told me about this at work,
oh yeah.
and I was like, huge nuts energy movie. That's my thing. I'll
Yeah.
totally be into this.
So basically, it's this movie. I guess not too different from what we were talking about, like with Princess Mononoke, but basically the Tanukis, if you don't know what they are, they're raccoon dogs. So they're an
Yeah.
actual like animal.
Wait, what is it called?
Tanuki.
Also
that reminds me
Super
of the
Mario.
thing. Yeah. Oh,
wears
okay.
the
Cool.
Tanuki
I was
suit.
like, oh, where
It's
have
a
I heard that
raccoon
before?
dog. But there's also another mythical species, again a Tanuki, which can be a shapeshifter. They're very mischievous. They're not evil, but like, you know, they like to mess around with humans, like get you drunk and steal your money.
Teabag you.
They sound like leprechauns.
It's a very cute thing with them. They can be found in forests, like playing their stomachs like drums. But anyway, and the what it sounds like is pompoko, pompoko, pompoko. So that's where the name for the movie comes through. But it's about Tanukis and the way humans are tearing down their forests, tearing down their homes, and they actually start to retaliate against them. Like they make their own army and everything. The thing about this movie that I wasn't expecting when I watched it for the first time is how involved Tanuki's nutsack is in the movie. like they can like turn it into this massive carpet. Like there's this funny part in the movie where like one of the older Tanukis is like training the younger ones, and like they're all sitting down on a carpet, and he's like, I don't know what he said, but like maybe he was like, what you didn't notice is that the carpet you're sitting on is actually my sack.
That's right, dude.
And like there's this whole fight scene between the Tanukis and like the police, and it's just like the Tanukis beating them with their sacks.
Dude,
like crushing them.
It's like that movie. It's like it went in a
It
different
sounds like a
direction
South
than
Park
most of his
episode
other
you're
movies.
describing, dude.
It is so funny. There's actually a scene where they kill a couple of drivers. One of the Tanukis flies onto the truck, covers the front windshield with his sack, and the drivers just fall off a bridge.
Just kill him, dude.
Yeah, it's
Huge
a hilarious
nuts.
movie. Huge nuts energy movie.
I remember when you told me about that, I was like, I didn't believe you. I thought you were just riffing and making a joke. I was like, oh,
Nope,
fuck yeah, that's funny. I was like,
it's
what?
fucking real, dude. That's
And
what
what-
the movie is.
And then, like, to find out that it was a Studio Ghibli film,
Studio
right?
Ghibli movie.
Ghibli.
Yeah. Not by Miyazaki, by another
Oh, so it was
one.
a different writer, but
Different
just the
writer,
same
yeah.
animation.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, whoa, dude, this fool's... Like,
Shame on me for not remembering his name, but it is such a good movie. I think it's my favorite Ghibli movie.
if you guys haven't seen this movie or heard about it, look it up on your phones right now and a picture of these nutsack creatures.
Nut creature.
They have big nuts, huge
Yeah.
nuts.
So the director
Whoa.
of this is Isao Takayata.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. January 1st, 1994.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Huge
Wow.
nuts.
I was 1 year
It's
old.
actually my nutsack you're
Yeah.
sleeping on, by the way.
Seriously.
Oh god, yeah. Tanukis. Look up the actual creature. Their folklore is really cool. There's plenty of
That
cool
is cool.
stories behind
I didn't know
them.
that they're
Yeah.
That's
awesome. Because I knew
fucking
it from
awesome.
Mario, and I didn't know that there's like folklore behind
I
it
know.
too. That's pretty cool.
That's like next time you guys are playing Super Mario and he gets the Tanuki suit, it's like, where are the nuts at? Where's his huge nuts?
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
He can flap you and the Goombas in the face with.
I bet you at some point, somewhere in the design process, they did put nuts on the suit, but they were like,
Yeah.
well, we want
Like,
it to be played by everyone.
They're like, damn it, I wish Mario was rated R, dude.
Kids
Get
gonna
Yeah.
ruin everything.
We
the
want nuts.
Go nut sex, dude. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Huge nuts.
I want a huge nuts. Big balls.
I have the movie. I'll let you borrow it.
Yes. I started watching it, dude, because I had them all. Because I was going to do a marathon of it.
Yeah.
And I only watched Princess Mononoke and Porco Rosso. And that's as far as I got, dude. I forgot what happened.
I know some people can, but I'll just say it like, you can't marathon a Studio Ghibli movie because they're all so long.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing I
Yeah.
forgot to mention with Princess Mononoke. I was
That
like,
one
cool.
is long. Actually, you know what? One thing I forgot to include about Princess Mononoke, and it's this cool story, but apparently when they were bringing that movie over to the U.S., Harvey Weinstein, someone who was apparently
What?
I saw that,
involved,
yeah.
like he tried to cut the movie to make it shorter to, according to him, make it more suitable for the big screen. Hayao Miyazaki sent him a package with a katana in it, and it said no cuts. Like he directly threatened Harvey
Sick.
Weinstein.
That just
Sick,
makes me
dude.
love him even more.
Yeah,
That's badass.
no
dude.
cuts.
No cuts, bro. No, yeah, because the
Yeah, the movie's 2 hours and 13 minutes.
2 hours and 13. And when I put it on, I was like, oh, this is an animated movie, so an hour and 30 minutes, you know, classic Disney length.
No, it's almost 3 hours,
I
right?
was like, holy shit, dude. It was a two-nighter for me, dude.
It took me a while.
I was like,
Yeah.
God damn. But it's good.
Dang.
It's almost like, makes it more like an epic, like a real actual movie, not a fucking...
Because some of them are really quick, and then you have that one that's really long.
It was long,
Yeah.
dude, but it was good. I was like,
So I
fuck.
remember Ponyo's pretty short. Whenever I seem to watch Ponyo, I'll be like, I'll have it on, the kids are
Ponyo.
watching it, and then like I'm doing like laundry or dishes or something, and then I'm like, oh crap, it's over already.
That's
Yeah.
That's another one I have seen too. I've seen that. I saw that one with kids, and I enjoyed it. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
I liked
Ponyo was
it.
great.
Banyo, 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 na.
I think one of my favorite scenes ever in any movie is the two characters,
The nuts
Ponyo
one, you
and what's
told
the
us.
boy's name?
Sasuke.
Sasuke. One of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in any movie was when she runs over to him to hug him. And like the way it was animated, it was just the most genuine hug you can ever see.
Oh,
like she's
yeah.
like rubbing her face on him.
Oh, right.
That's why it's like
Yeah.
even a tattoo. I've seen so many people with that exact scene as a tattoo.
It is the
'cause
cutest
it's
scene
like,
ever. Yeah.
I just love how when she starts turning human, how she looks. It's hilarious. She's got these like wide
Oh,
set eyes
yeah.
and these little like chicken feet, and you're just like, what is
Yeah.
going on? And she just looks like a mess, and she's like, Sasuke.
It's so cute.
Yeah. It was an adorable
Ham, how she
film.
loves ham.
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 Yep.
She's just so innocent.
Super quotable.
and, yeah. I love that movie. I like where the wife is like, you know, they're ready for the dad to come back and they're all excited, and he's like, oh, I can't, I got stuck at work. She's all pissed. And he's like driving the ship or whatever and doing like Morse code with the light.
Yeah.
And she's all pissed and she's like Morse code, basically telling him to fuck off. She's like, bug off. And she's all pissed.
See, that's also the underlying thing is that, like, they won't directly say in the movie, but, like, when you grow up and rewatch them, you kind of realize the situation, like, oh, the dad isn't present, and, like, because he's literally stuck out at sea, like,
Yeah.
that's kind of sad. Or, like, in Totoro, like, it took me a while to realize it, like, maybe later on when I rewatched it, but, like, the whole movie, like, has to do with, like, the two girls, like, finding a way to cope with the fact that their
that
mother is
movie
terminally
sad.
ill. Like,
and
That's
and
sad.
you know what's actually funny is that movie where it hit me really hard to the core is that I had a similar thing growing up. My dad was a very present father, and he had to take care of me and my brother because my mom was ill.
yeah,
And so there were a lot of times where I would watch that as an adult, and I would get so teary-eyed because our dad was very sweet, like their dad.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, we would just want, when our mom wasn't home and she was at the hospital, we'd be very sad, like, oh, we want her to come home and everything. So that movie always, like, hits close to home for me.
yeah,
And he really switches the roles. So it's like sometimes the mother's away because of this, or then sometimes he has the father away, and then, you know, every role is
Yeah.
very different. And it's, he does a really good job at, like, you know,
Yeah.
incorporating, like, real life situations and scenarios. And he does that really good too with May in that movie because of how they act. Like, it's just really touching. Like, the little girl, she reminds me of Aiden. She's like,
Yeah.
with the goat. She's like,
Oh,
all
that's
pissed
true,
off.
huh?
Aiden's our 5-year-old boy.
Yeah. And
Pretty
and then the oldest, how she's just annoyed. She's like, go home, May, go home. And it's just like her crying.
That is kind of like Aiden.
Yeah. Every time I see that, I think of our kids.
Is,
The girl version.
is the creature Totoro or the main guy? Totoro.
Uh-huh.
Is he a mythical creature? Is he just some sort of bear? Or?
He's like a forest spirit.
Actually, you know what? Like, I will have to all of these movies. It's been a while since I've watched them, but like, is he like their imaginary friend, or like he's an actual forest spirit?
He's a forest spirit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
There's
you know
a couple
what?
times where they refer to him as they're all forest spirits, but he's like the.
No,
big-
he's real actually, because they actually took the girls on the cat bus to go see their mom, and I think, if I remember correctly, the mom actually sees them going away, like in
Yeah,
the cat
yeah.
bus. So
Yeah.
it's all real,
Yeah.
right? In the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit's real, dude.
Uh-huh.
That's another one I saw as an adult, and I don't know, I was just like more like bummed I didn't get to grow up with these, because again, I see Totoro everywhere. There's shirts of him, there's plushies of him,
Yeah.
you have a bag of him, there's a picture of him behind you
Yeah.
right now.
He's tattooed on me.
Yeah.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, Rogelio.
Oh, wow.
I have
I never
Calcifer
seen that
on
one.
me.
Yeah.
I have Gigi.
Classic
Totoro.
girl.
Yeah.
Tats.
I'm trying to get a little Ghibli sleeve going on.
Nice.
If you had to get a Studio Ghibli tattoo on you, Rogelio, what would it be?
Dude, that is such a tough one, but
It's got to be the nuts.
that's one of them for sure.
Oh
Tanuki
god, that'd be
nuts?
such a
A
good tattoo.
tanuki with his
With
big
his
old
balls?
sack just flying around. But I know, like, right now, just because it's what we talked about most recently, but probably Lady Eboshi. Like, just because I love how she loves the unloved. Like,
That is,
That's
yeah.
pretty good.
she takes the sex workers, which many people look down on, and gives them a job. She takes the lepers, which society turns their back on, gives them a purpose. Like, I
She's
love
like
what
that
she's
one
got
girl from
going on.
Berserk. What's her
Yeah,
name? I forgot. Like the one girl from Berserk that
Oh,
takes care
yeah.
of all the.
Yeah,
Sex
she's like the
workers.
leader of the.
Yeah.
I forgot her name.
I know who you're talking about, and I love her too. But I
It's
guess
just good energy. Yeah, that is a good character. and
I
good
guess that's a
qualities.
tattoo I would get: Lady Eboshi and the big old sack creatures.
Big old nut sack, dude.
Yeah,
Hell
uh-huh.
yeah.
What about you? We already did it with raccoons, huh?
I mean, yeah, but I pick the Tanuki nuts, dude.
Hell yeah.
Tanuki nuts, and maybe, I don't know, maybe a Princess Mononoke, like the wolf or something.
Yeah.
Something cool looking. Yeah, I don't know. That's
I
yeah.
still got more to go.
Yeah. Do you guys have any last words on Studio Ghibli movies?
If you don't like any of these movies, you're a soulless monster.
then fuck you.
Get away.
Kind of, honestly. Like, they all have a special meaning to them, and if you're just not getting it, like,
I thought I wouldn't
You
like
have
them,
no
to be
soul.
honest. I thought I wouldn't like them. And I did, and I do.
what I can definitely say is you can't go wrong with whatever one you pick.
Yeah, pick one. One of them will stick with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you guys are like, oh, you didn't talk about this one. Oh, you didn't say my favorite
There's
one.
a million of them.
Write to
Oh.
us, and we'll fucking make it a full episode on it.
I know, like, maybe we might have gotten the stories not 100% right on all of them, but it's
We're-
a lot of movies, and it's been a while since we watched them, but
And there's so
Yeah.
many of them.
We're
Uh-huh.
going off the dome, dude. This is straight off the dome.
Yeah.
Last time we watched one of these was probably like a year, maybe 5 months ago or something.
yeah. Well, for me, it's been, like, a good while, yeah.
I
Yeah.
watch them a lot because of the kids.
I watch them all the time, every day. But yeah, this has been What's Cracking Movies with Rogelio and Ali and me, your boy Saul. Hit us up on Instagram
Peace.
and YouTube soon. Say bye, Rogelio.
See ya.
Better.
It's here.